Social media is entrenched in modern communication. Platforms like X and Facebook remain dominant during crises, but Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube all matter depending on audience. The important warning in this chapter is this: do not become platform dependent, become platform adaptable. Platforms change, algorithms change, user trust shifts. The strategy must remain stronger than the tool. This slide says social media is speed and participation. Legacy is credibility and structure. But here's the strategic tension. Speed creates perception. Credibility creates trust. In crisis, you often need both. Example: if a rumor is spreading online, you might respond quickly on social with a holding message, but the formal investigation findings? That goes through traditional media or official press release channels for legitimacy. One common mistake organizations make: they treat social media like a press release platform. It isn't. It's a conversational space, which means tone, clarity, and pacing are different. This slide captures the core value of social media in crisis. It provides real-time updates, rumor monitoring, sentiment tracking, and two-way communication. But notice the warning on this slide. Social media can destroy trust just as quickly as it builds it. Speed magnifies both competence and incompetence. If you post too quickly and get facts wrong, that error spreads instantly. When we say everyone becomes a publisher, this is not metaphorical. Influencers function as media outlets. Employees function as insiders. Regulators monitor public sentiment. Journalists source stories from trending posts. That means every stakeholder group can bypass you. And here's what's critical. In crisis, you are not just managing reputation, you are managing perception velocity. Who is posting? How fast? To which audience? With what framing? That's why monitoring matters more than posting. This slide is foundational. Monitoring is not passive. It tells you, is this issue localized? Is it spreading geographically? Is sentiment neutral, confused, or angry? Are influencers involved? And here's something students often underestimate. Monitoring helps you decide whether to respond at all. Not every rumor deserves oxygen. Sometimes responding increases visibility. So crisis professionals ask, is this gaining traction or is it contained? That judgment call determines whether social media becomes shield or amplifier. This is where complexity increases. Live updates and Q&A threads can build trust, but they can also trap you in reaction mode. The more you respond, the more visible the conversation becomes. There is something called the engagement spiral. You answer one comment, that boosts visibility. More comments follow. Now you're defending instead of leading. So participation must be strategic. Engage when clarification reduces harm. Step back when engagement fuels outrage. This slide looks tactical, grammar, AP style. But this is really about credibility. In crisis, clarity equals authority. Short sentences signal control. Speculation signals weakness. And here's a rule professionals follow. Never write when emotionally activated. Crisis writing must be deliberate. Precision builds confidence. Loose language creates liability. This is where Chapter 7 becomes serious. Social media is publication. If you falsely accuse someone while defending yourself, that's libel. If you repost copyrighted material improperly, that's liability. If you disclose private information, that's legal exposure. In crisis, pressure increases, but legal literacy cannot decrease. The best crisis teams integrate legal and communications early. not after a post goes live. The slide lists fake news, bots, deepfakes. Here's the real issue. Social media accelerates narrative before verification. Deepfakes create visual evidence. Bots create artificial consensus. Hashtags create perceived movement. And perception often becomes reality before correction arrives. This is why organizations must move with controlled speed, not panic speed. This process is critical. Verify internally first. Never guess. Never speculate. When correcting publicly, state facts. Do not restate the rumor in vivid detail. Why? Because repetition strengthens memory, even false repetition. You want the audience remembering the correction, not the allegation. This case is here to remind us. Social media is neutral. It can mobilize millions, raise money, drive awareness. The same mechanics that build goodwill also build outrage. Tools are neutral. Strategy determines impact. Defensive tone is the most common mistake. Defensiveness signals fear. Deleting comments without transparency signals guilt. Ignoring criticism signals arrogance, and no monitoring process signals incompetence. Tone often determines whether a crisis stabilizes or escalates. This is governance. Without policy, organizations improvise, and improvisation under public pressure creates inconsistent messaging. Policies define who approves posts, who escalates issues, when legal is consulted, what thresholds trigger crisis mode. Preparedness reduces panic. This slide zooms out. Public trust environments vary globally. In the United States, skepticism towards social media is higher. That means audiences may assume manipulation, so transparency and credibility matter even more. Trust context shapes reception. The first 30 minutes determine trajectory. You monitor, you verify, you alert leadership, you draft holding language, you align legal and communications. You do not delete randomly, argue in comments, post emotionally. Discipline protects reputation. Monitoring equals intelligence. Tone equals trust. Ethics equals longevity. Policy equals control. Social media is neither hero nor villain. It is leverage. In modern crisis, social media does not wait. It moves, it amplifies, it pressures. Your role is to move deliberately inside an environment that moves emotionally. That is professional crisis communication.